All right, here's one of my favorite teams and it's a bummer because one of my favorite teams has been very, very bad for very many number of years, and that's the Montreal Canadiens. They got Jake Allen in here today. He was not great in the preseason, so there's concerns, but there's always concerns lately with the Canadiens. Hit a 4 goals against in the preseason, saved 85%, but he did grab a victory in one of those 2 games, and he'll be the man this year to lead the way, anyways. So most of the starts for the Canadians, I would think, in this one. Um, Last year wasn't great for Allen with a 3.5 goals against and an 89 save percentage, and Montreal was just abysmal defensively. One of the worst teams in the league. So this one's going to be pretty easy, I would guess, for Toronto. I mean, with Samsonov in goal here in this one. So Allen's always done well. I mean, Allen's done well, but maybe if there's one opponent you're going to get up for, it's the Canadians. And for being a Montreal fan, I've seen the Canadians only one time in. Oh no, I take that back. One time in person in Montreal, though. I've seen the Canadians several times in Southern California and LA. But one time I went to the old Montreal Forum and they played Toronto. So if that's my only hockey game I ever go to, it was a memorable one. 7-0 with a bunch of fights, more fights than you would ever see in a game, even in today's era. And of course, because it was 7-0, that's what you did. Montreal in that game crushed the Maple Leafs. So, all right. Anyways, let's get a bet here going in this one, especially at 280, and the price really, I don't know if it hasn't moved much of late, but there's no value in 280, is there, other than the fact that I did see a line as high as 295, and well, I'm sure the square shops are hanging something close to that. Anyways, here in this one, but I'll go ahead and take the Leafs against my Canadians. I'll take them on the puck line here, of course. We're not gonna. We might lay some 180s on the show here, but we're not going to lay 280. We're going to take a puck line here and take it at minus $1.15. I want my Canadians to be better every year. It never works out, but like I said, this actually is probably because of the nature of the series, not necessarily because Allen has played well against Toronto. He has. 8-7 record against the Leafs and a 2.6 goals against. So, with that total, look at that total, man, 6.5 over 20, and going higher, and it doesn't seem crazy. I mean, look, those are good numbers against Toronto, but everything's pointing to an offensive game here today, and I kind of agree. I'm trying to find, whether or not I can get to a premium on it, I don't know, but I mean, feels like it's going to be some goals in this one, probably by Toronto. Hello to Darren today. M Looks is on Toronto puck line. He'll lay it with me. Darren says he's betting mostly unders the first 2 weeks of the season. I like to hear that. I'm all about the total. You guys know I'm all about the totals, and that's all I played yesterday in the premiums. And I was 1-2. I sitting here bragging about my NHL record. Look, if you go back and see, I'm up. We looked at it yesterday on the show. I'm up 30 units this calendar year in hockey. So basically the second half of last season, a playoff drive. And also last year, and mostly totals. So might be boring, but my job here, if you're going to subscribe to my premium picks, is to deliver you winners. And you're going to get you already get a lot of totals with me. That's what I do. To me, the pace is always easier to predict than the winner. Ray says, give me the Habs in this one. All right, Ray, going Habs. Oh, man, you know what I've just noticed is Ray and I so far have 2 disagreements on this card. Well, that's all right. And Werner says, how much will you lay before deciding to go puck line? And Werner, so like I said, in that game, right, at $1.80 or so, I might be looking to do 3/4 of a money line and maybe a quarter of a puck line for a little bit of -1 action in there. Maybe if a lot of people don't have time for that, they just want to lay the money. Like I said, the line is always, here's the thing, right? Yeah, maybe there could be a little bit of variance. Maybe books will adjust it slightly by just nickels or pennies, whatever kind of book you're at. But if a line is like -200 and the puck line is -$1, is 1.5 at -$1.10, well, those are kind of the same, right? If it moves to 250, then the puck line is going to go up to -$1.25, $1.30, whatever, and it's still kind of the same. It's just the chances that you're taking to a certain extent. So, like I said, if I say later in the season, hey, I like this favorite on the money line that's $1.20, that means I also like them on the puck line at plus $1.75. But really, the play, I'm going to stick as close to 110 as possible for the majority of the play. So I appreciate what Berner is saying here. And like I said, getting up to that range, like with this Leafs, I would probably just lay the puck line and I wouldn't worry. But at 180, I'm willing to manipulate it a little more. So just like if I like -1.5, I also like the Leafs -2.5 in this game. But you're getting such plus money. It's like saying, okay, if I take a game like this and I lay, 280 on the money line, 115 on the -1.5, and take plus 155, 160, whatever it is on the -2.5, then I could do all that too. And it's kind of all the same. So again, I know what you're saying. You just want to win your bets. So thank you to Darren. I don't know if he said he learned a lot. I probably made no sense right there at all. But it is early in the season, so we'll have a little bit of hockey betting philosophy. Not that you guys can educate me as well. But again, hockey is one of my best. And while I do enjoy it very much, it's probably number 4 on my list of sports that I enjoy. Hello to Ron today. All right, we're in on that one I'm on the Leafs. Ron's got a spreadsheet play there in the chat.